What's up, everyone? It's Mike with One Mic Out, and I told you I was going to come back to you with a review, non-spoiler review of Superman, starring David Cornsweet, Rachel Brosnahan, Nicholas Holt, and a few others. Man, I'll tell you this much: definitely not the type of Superman that we grew up with Christopher Reeve, Brandon Routh, Henry Cavill, uh, and those all the TV ones in between. Probably about it's probably on the level of Lewis and Clark in campiness in terms of that's probably the closest thing you could probably that was live action that you could put to this. But this thing was a animated series put to live action. It's everything you could ask for as a Superman fan, and then some in terms of what James Gunn did. Now, the tone of it, you cannot compare it to Henry Cavill and the Snyderverse and all that take. That was the tones are just too different. That's like comparing the different styles of barbecue, Carolina to Tex Mex or to Texas barbecue or Kansas City barbecue or something like that. It's just completely different styles of movie, of filmmaking. And when it comes to, it doesn't take itself too serious. It's very true. But they're setting up for it to become that way. If you know anything about James Gunn movies and you've watched the Guardians of the Galaxies and things like that, then you'll know that it can have serious undertones to it, but it doesn't in itself take itself too entirely serious. This Superman that David Cornsweet portrays is I'll put it this way, he's a weaker Superman. He's not as strong as the other ones have been. And I believe that's because, it makes him a little bit more relatable to regular folk like us, because normally people will kind of draw nearer to, your Spider-Mans and your Batmans, people who are either you're just a kid, and you're in high school, but you want superpowers, or you're just a regular human that wants to be special, and you can relate more with Batman in that regard because you are human and you don't have superpowers. So this helps kind of tone him down, bring him down a little bit. I won't give away any spoilers of the movie. Uh, it was done very well. It, like I said, it's a comic book brought to life, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Not a bad movie at all. I think they're doing a good job with setting up what's going to be that next universe for DC, and I think they're playing it safe. They're going in a route that is very much kid friendly. For the most part, it's bright. It's it's got humor. It's not there's no breaking necks and things like that in it. Of Superman killing people. Miss Henry Cavill, miss that. But hey, this is the world we live in. We don't get what we want, so we'll get to watch him as the Highlander soon. So that's another plus there. So hey, we got to see him as Superman. Now we get to see him as an immortal and the Highlander. But with David Cornsweet, they're setting it up for a great universe to come. Definitely go see it. I would go see it this weekend if you could. Might end up seeing it again. I broke out this 19-year-old shirt that I've never worn for this. This is the old Superman Returns logo. And man, I can't believe I found it. Anyway, just wanted to give you that quick update. But hey, if you haven't seen it already for the Amazon Prime premiere, preview, whatever you want to call it, go see it this Friday on the 11th. Go ahead and hit me with a like, subscribe, all that kind of craziness with Mike, One Mic Out. And that's just my Superman review, non-spoiler. But it sets up the new James Gunn verse. I don't know what you want to call it. But anyway, we'll catch you with the next one, y'all.